Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Baking with Ruby. Tonight I'm going to make a minute mug cake, and this recipe is gluten-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free. But it tastes amazing, and it literally takes a minute to bake, but couple minutes to put it all together. So what you're gonna need to make this cake is almond butter. That's the one that I prefer, but you can use natural organic peanut butter if you want to, or cashew butter. Any nut butter will work. You need coconut oil. You need almond flour. I have a giant bag of this because I like to bake a lot. You need almond milk. My favorite, I feel like the cleanest almond milk is Almond Breeze. It doesn't have any carrageenan in it, which is something that I avoid. It's actually an inflammatory preservative. So Almond Breeze, unsweetened vanilla almond milk is the milk that I use. You need 1 egg. The fabulous monk fruit, my egg keeps rolling away. Stay egg. Monk fruit sweetener, which is amazing. It's actually sweeter than real sugar, but it is fructose. It is not a glucose. It is a natural sugar. It is derived actually from when they dry the monk fruits. It's the additive that comes out of that. So it's basically just like dried monk fruit juice, and they turn it into a sugar. And so it won't raise your glucose levels. Basically, it's 0 net carbs, 0 glycemic index, 0 calories, and it is keto approved. And then this is the sweetener that we use to make this recipe, paleo, as well. And then we also need baking powder. This is not mandatory. Your cake just won't get as fluffy, but the baking powder will help the cake rise a little better. Okay, so let's get started. So literally you're just going to take all these ingredients that I showed you and put them all into the mug, and then we're going to put it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. So you're just mixing it all together in the mug. So you need 2 tablespoons of almond butter. No, that's not nipple, that is a pasty. I'm gonna need a spoon to scrape all that out of there. I'll be right back. I need a spoon. So I want to make sure that I'm getting all of the almond butter out of the measuring spoon, because I want to make sure that this has a good nutty butter flavor. And for good measure, I'm just going to throw a smidge more. So that was 2 tablespoons of almond butter. Now I need 1 teaspoon of the coconut oil. Shake up your milk. You need 3 tablespoons of the almond milk. We're going to do 3 tablespoons of almond flour. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of the almond flour. Where's my egg? My egg that was trying to escape earlier. 1 egg. Don't mind my unicorn slippers. And so we only need 1 tablespoon of the monk fruit sugar. And then if you're using the baking powder, 1 teaspoon. Now you just mix it all together. I use a fork just to kind of whip it a little bit so it'll get fluffier. You want to make sure that whatever nut butter you use is mixed in really well so you don't have anything clumpy. Hence why I'm using the fork. It's a lot easier than using a spoon. Popping out every which way. This is the fun part. All right, looks like it's all mixed. Now, I'm gonna go pop this in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I kind of have to move this. In the microwave it goes. 1:30. Start. My apron says, happiness is only a cupcake away. So I suppose you could put some frosting on this mug cake if you wanted to make it more like a cupcake. "45 seconds and it should be ready." I'm gonna go get a fork. Make sure you're washing your hands, people, before you start baking. And get yourself a cute little apron. "15 seconds. It is done. Be right back. Ooh. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. So it's legitimately just like a little mini cake. It's gonna be really hot, so I don't think I'm gonna take a bite yet, but this is the consistency and the texture that it should be. All right, I let it cool off just a little bit. It's super good. It's super moist. Literally just takes a minute and a half in the microwave. And the simple ingredients that I showed you to make this cake actually pretty decent for you. So don't feel guilty about having it for a midnight snack or quarantine snack. If you do want it a little bit sweeter, I don't eat a lot of sweets, so I don't like my stuff super sweet. If you do want it a little bit sweeter, you can always add a little bit more monk fruit sweetener, or you can add a dash of pure maple syrup, and that would sweeten it up a little bit. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Baking with Ruby, where we made a minute mug cake.